Lady Anna and King Rocco presents Heart to Heart, a spicy, sizzling extravaganza where, before launching into your emotions, consider asking your partner if it's a good time to discuss how you feel. Talking about your feelings builds trust and intimacy. Exploring your emotions will help you unravel the complexity of what you are feeling and can be done with heartfelt chats with your partner.
So, listeners, take this opportunity and join us every other Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time,
For Heart to Heart with Lady Anna
and King Rocco HD on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Honey, we fall in love by chance and stay in love by choice.
In your eyes lies the beauty of the night. Our love grows great when our souls intertwine.
I am Lady Anna,
And I am King Rocco HD
where it takes two.
to tango.
Hey Joe, don't call me boy, you know, see me and listen to Lady Anna and King Rock up on UVC radio. See ya, leave me alone and turn up the radio.
Yes, indeed. Great people. Welcome back. Welcome back. Not an exciting episode, I tell you, people. Tonight is going to be really interesting. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be. I'm King Rocco. So beautiful. Herself. Go with honor. If you guys would definitely like to participate in the program tonight, y'all can definitely send us a message this evening in the studio on 646-043-6970 or 919-408-7455. You listen to Hot Hot in UVC. It's on the bike. So without further ado, let me bring. Good evening to you, Anna. How you doing?
Good evening, King Rocco. I am very well, thank you. And how are our listeners out there? Welcome each and everyone to Heart to Heart. So, Rocco, how has it been? Besides being very humid, how's it going?
Well, you know, I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? Anytime we in the studio working together, you know what I'm saying? It's always a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to complain too much. It's good, man. It's good. It's good. You know what I'm saying? What have you been up to?
Well, today we are celebrating our independence. So the Twin Island Republic, Trinidad and Tobago, we had all that festivity going on today. So it was pretty busy here in Sweet TNT for those persons. Yes,
Definitely.
but not everyone took in the parade and the all the goodies that took place in Port of Spain. Lots of persons took the chance and went out to the beaches and the rivers and just hang out with their
But you know the
families and
sense
so.
I'm getting, like a lot of people, even though it's independence, a lot of people still didn't really make a big deal out of it.
That is correct. That is correct. Yeah. Yeah, not so much people like to be all that patriotic, but you see the flags and so, around the red, white, and black when you turn around the person still waving their flags in the vehicles and so forth, so forth. But the flags will be up as we head on to Republic on the 24th of September. So, all the decor will be up for another month or so. But nevertheless, we are here
Most certainly.
for Heart to Heart.
So what do we got for the people tonight? You know, it's been, the last time that we've been here in the studio together, it's about what, 2 weeks now, but it seems such a long time, isn't it?
Yes. But I've got a question for you, Rocco. One of our listeners sent in a question and asked me to ask you this question on air this evening. So I will take the opportunity to pose the question to you before we get into the topic. You know, listeners, the topic tonight, characteristics.
I wonder. It's a curiosity killer cat. I want to know who want to ask me a question.
So, characteristics of a real man and a real woman in relationship. So the question that came in for you, a young lady out there was wondering, when you are messaging or chatting with the other half, and sometimes you send him a message or he sends you a message, you may read his message, but after he deletes the message, why does he do that?
My
So in
opinion on
case,
that?
yes,
I mean, it will be depends. You know what I'm saying? It will be depends. If you send somebody a message and then you send out a message, yeah, that's what you're saying, correct? Yeah, and then you
yes,
delete the message.
yes, you send
It could
her a
be
message. Yeah, she reads it, but didn't respond. But then you go and you delete the message.
Well, it could be for different reason. Maybe perhaps, maybe hey, maybe this is not what probably I really wanted to say, and or maybe it could possibly be a error in the spelling, possibly. Yeah, it could be different reason. Yeah.
Okay, so suppose it was not an error in the spelling. The message has been sitting there for maybe half an hour, an hour. Hi, sweetheart, how are you? Hope all is well. That kind of thing. And then after she reads it but didn't respond to it, and then you go and you delete it.
Well, I mean, I'm not too sure. I mean, why? I mean, that should possibly be maybe just they want you to get the message right now. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it could be. I mean, it could be various things. The reason why, yeah. Sometimes it's not
Okay.
literally anything personal,
All
but
right.
yeah, it could be for different reason.
All right. So that question came into us from Gloria, and Gloria said we can mention her name. All right, Gloria, I hope that answers your question. She will let us know. Okay. So
Well, tell you this, Gloria. If you're listening right now, as I say, it could be different reason. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe the brother expected you to respond in a timely manner, and well, yeah, it possibly you could be doing different things, you know, something, and you know, it just didn't dawn on you at that moment to respond to the message. You know, so it could be different reason, or maybe your man sometimes is just mad at you, and he just feel, man, I don't want to talk to you right now. Who knows?
all right. Thank you very much, Rocco. So, listeners, we are going to delve into our topic for this evening. As I said, characteristics of a real man and woman in a relationship. And this is so timely because some women feel that a real man does not exist, that he is maybe impossible to find. And other women do not want someone like him. But on the other hand, some men think they are the very definition of a real man. Other men feel that there is no such thing. So we're going to look at the characteristics this evening and see, because some people feel there is such a thing as a real man. Some persons feel there isn't such a thing. But one thing is very, very true. Those men who think that they are the very definition of a real man, and those who think they are not, are both often very wrong. Because if you want to know if you are a real man or in a relationship with a real man, ladies, let us look at the actions of a real man. And you know, sometimes a real man, he behaves so much differently from the selfish frat boy types you see everywhere that you just cannot fail to notice the difference. And a real man is a gentleman, and he is more than good for just a few months. But importantly, a real man does things so well when he is in a relationship
that you just have to love him and his style. So we're going to get into some of the styles and some of the characteristics of a real man. And listeners, in case you think that it is a repeat of what you have heard already, there is never such a thing as repeat, because in relationships, attitude intertwine with one another, and characteristics as well. Sometimes different topics share the same characteristics. So it is important to keep
Certainly.
talking about them, yeah, and making sure that you are on top of your game. So we're going to look at point number 1. A real man loves and respects his woman for who she is. He might not love her all the time, but he loves her, not just her body, her possessions, and her status, but all of her. He is aware that is beautiful, just as her body is now sometimes physical beauty fades. He therefore focuses his love and attention on her true beauty, which is found within her sensibilities and personality. He treats her like a lady with dignity and respect. He does not mind cooking her favorite meal, taking her out to wine and dine, and most importantly, paying the bills. He also expects, now this one, ladies, he also expects from you respect as well. So the respect goes both ways. Yeah, Rocco? So that's the first point.
Definitely.
Okay.
If we should touch on the first point, definitely the characteristic of a real man. And I think what you just read, it says it all, because for a real man, I mean, what do you call that? With your partner, the things that you do, the things that you say, the way you treat your partner, I think is very integral. It says a lot about you as an individual, as a man. As you rightly said as well, you just don't love our body or anything of such.
Yeah, the
alone.
external.
The true characteristic, basically, okay, you take in your partner out, whether go shopping, whether you go to the movies, whether you go to the beach, whether you go to the park, and whether you guys go to church together, or if you guys don't do such thing, I mean, maybe perhaps you play games together,
Right,
you play
yeah.
games together. What do you call that? You compliment her. Oh, hey, maybe your hair is beautiful, or maybe you look so hot in that dress that you're wearing, or maybe, you know, um, you tell her to stand up and turn around. Oh, baby, your legs so beautiful. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You know, basically, you compliment your partner. Everything may not be hunky dory, and stuff like that, because what happened, a lot of us sometimes go into relationship and expecting relationship is everything is 100. But if you really know what relationship is all about, relationship has a lot of ups and downs and stuff like that, but at the end of it, I think what is very important for you as a man to compliment your partner, because I'm telling you this, if you can't do it, some other brother out there will be looking through the window, definitely gonna compliment her. And the main fact, she might get that sort of compliment from from an outside source. Man, you might be in big trouble. You might be in big trouble. So yeah, you might be in big trouble. So complimenting is very, very important. The things that you do, the things that you say, the way how you make the other person feel and stuff like that. And one of the things is very important as well too. Space as well is very important, because you see, sometime maybe a lady will need some time to think, or whatnot. That's very important. Another thing is very important. All right.
Mhm.
Um, if perhaps maybe your lady want to go shopping. And you know, some of us men, to be honest with you, we don't really have such kind of patience. But hey, anybody know me, King Rock is a very patient guy. You know, yeah. Maybe go to the mall. And you know, women has a tendency when you take them to the mall, when they go shopping and stuff like that. Brother got to sit down in the vehicle or sit in some bench or some chair, waiting until they go window shop. They will go window shop almost 2, 3 hours in the store, walking around. Sometimes when they come out, they literally come out with nothing. But all the while you're just sitting there, waiting, thinking like, man, my lady, my wife, my girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? She's shopping and stuff like that. Um, you know, decision making as well too is very important as well too as a couple. Um, you know, all decision making may not be the most utmost best sometimes, but this is whereby as a man, you know, even though you may do some things, it may not be the best. I may not like it, you know, but just say to you, you know, well, you know what you have done today or whatever it is. Maybe it's not in the best interest or whatever it is that we want to do or whatnot. But you know, maybe possibly in the near future, you know, you want to do something, consult me, and or maybe you and I can go together and get this done and whatnot. And I think that really speaks volume for a real man with true characteristic.
You know what I like about the first point, Rocco, where it speaks about cooking a meal. And if you do not know how to do the full-fledged meal, anything that you can do, even if it is a sandwich, a bowl of cereal and milk, you can do mac and cheese, even if you can heat up something in the oven, the microwave, and bring it. It doesn't have to be anything or too fancy. Or,
Yeah, you know what
as
I'm
they
saying? You don't have to
say,
be the best you don't have to be the best cook, but you know what I'm saying? As long as you can able to do such thing, you know, serve your partner. You know what I'm saying? Whether she in bed, you know, you gotta make a sandwich or
mhm.
something or whatever it is, and bring to your partner or whatnot, you know. I think that really shows some really true characteristic. Yeah.
Or the other thing is, as they said, you take her out, you guys go to a restaurant and you pay the bill. I mean, that's the expected thing, that the guy would pay for the meal, especially if it is your wife or your girlfriend that you love so much. So no excuses there. Well, I can't cook. So you
Yeah.
can take her
Well,
out. Yeah.
definitely. Certainly, certainly. I totally agree with you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to look at the second point, the second characteristic, that
Right.
a real man commits to the relationship fully. He does not cheat. He is loyal to his partner and knows that relationships take
Right.
hard work to keep strong and healthy. His
Most
affection
certainly.
to his woman is a
Right.
full-time commitment. He nourishes and strengthens the relationship through ongoing, honest communication and, most importantly, teamwork. When you are with a real man, you know that you can trust him. He will stay faithful no matter what and expects you to do the same. And that is so important. I like that part, communication, the teamwork. Once you
I
are
always say,
honest.
I always say that communication is always the key.
Yes. That's your
Um,
favorite word.
no, no, it is the key, and I'm very serious about it. You know, I mean, I'm a big believer in communication. I think if two-party can't communicate, it doesn't really make no sense. To be honest with you, it's just a waste of time. Um, hmm, quite interested. Teamwork. We talk about teamwork. Teamwork is a very, very big important part in a relationship. And the reason why I said teamwork is a very big important part in a relationship, let's say it takes two to tango, right?
Correct.
And I think if you want to see some form of respect, if you want to see any sort of reciprocate from the other party, first of all, you should lead the way. You know what I'm saying? You should lead the way as a partner. Um, because if you don't, if you don't want to meet your partner halfway and stuff like that, why you expect she's gonna reach you halfway? You know what I'm saying? So it's not a one-way street, basically. You know, it should always be your lady, and you know, you just don't wanna, I mean, stand up and whatever responsibility, whatever paying the bills or whether just making her a hot meal, or whether taking her to work every day, or whether
Mhm.
you go whether you guys going to the movies. You don't have to go to the movies every week, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people sometimes think, bringing a partner out to the movies every single week or whatever it is, that's, I mean, is like that's all. You know what I'm saying? I think you could have quiet moments, maybe go to the beach, take a nice walk or something. Just do things that, both parties gonna be happy at the end of it. And one of the things that I'm gonna stress on as well too, the communication aspect of things. Ask questions. What is it that you want? What is it that you like? What is it you want us to do? And stuff like that. Just don't sit there and just expecting, and just expect rather, your partner um gonna be thinking like a rocket scientist, like, okay, hey, this is what you like. No, asking question is very important, very very important,
You
because as
know,
long as you're working on together as a team, I think
mhm.
both parties need to have that neutral and common understanding where both of us at.
And it's important. You made that point. I was having a discussion with my mom, and sometimes one party is putting so much into the relationship, and the other person is not even trying. And you are putting in and putting in, and it reaches a point where you are just tired and fed up. And sometimes what happens, you may have individuals who you are not really on good terms, quote unquote, your enemies, or persons you just do not see eye to eye with, and your partner totally disrespects you and your point of view, and he and those persons are such great friends, and in front of you, he would go up and meet them and greet them and speak to them, and you are there, and just a total disregard for you. So as you rightfully said, the team has to do it together. You have to talk about it, and when
Well,
you say, look,
yeah.
this upsets me, you
Put up
have to
with these
change.
stuff, you know what I'm saying? If anybody, whether him or her, to do some kind of dumb stuff like that, I think it's absolutely outrageous. It's ridiculous, because I can't understand. You know what I'm saying? You and I together, and I got my friend, and I'm saying I'm trying to holler at my man, and then just, I mean, both of us going out together, and then I just walk up to my friend, I just sit down there and start chit chatting there with him and stuff like that, and you just sitting there waiting, whether for us to go, or just literally desert you and pay you no mind and just start focusing on my friends. That is disrespect to the highest level.
Okay, definitely agree. So we are looking at characteristic number 3. A real man protects his partner physically and emotionally. No, not that a woman can't protect and defend herself, but he is there for her anyway. He protects her in different ways, including providing financial security and comforting her and making her feel everything will be okay. He is ready to throw a good punch if necessary to defend her from physical aggressors. However, he thinks before he acts. He never makes a move until he is sure all details and specifics are in order. His moves are calculated, deliberated, and assured, and abuse of any kind is never an issue when you are with him. He is considerate and treats everyone kindly. So that is very important. Even though they say he ready to throw a punch, remember what it says here. He takes time, he finds out, he doesn't rush into a situation and just go throwing punches around, because that could land you up in trouble. So you have to hear, both sides of the story before you
Yeah,
go throwing your fists
yeah,
around.
definitely. I totally agree with you. I mean, you just don't go around like that lashing out on people. I mean, nah. First of all, again, you ask questions, you make sure everything is straight. I mean, you talk of the protection and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, if I mean, if I got somebody and stuff like, I gotta try my utmost best at all costs to protect my partner. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm my partner's protector.
Not only physically, but financially as well.
Every aspect of life, whether financially, whether physically, um, morally. Listen, man, you got to protect your investment. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Definitely, and your partner is your investment.
Most definitely, man. It is. You know what I'm saying? Because look, you don't get into a relationship just like that. You won't get into a relationship sick. I mean, if you are real, you get into a relationship for a purpose. Is either you see something special within that person, you know what I'm saying, that probably you have never seen before. It's just something about that person that is just keep you going, keep you motivated. It's something about that person keep you coming back. No matter much, you know what I'm saying, y'all fought and whatnot. But it's just something special about that person. So yeah, 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 definitely.
All right, so we are rolling on to point number 4. A real man fulfills his partner mentally and sexually. He knows the majority of time in any relationship is spent doing non-physical, non-sexual things, besides whispering to her how beautiful she is, or how he is going to make her, or how he's going to make hot, passionate love to her when he gets back home in the evening. He also engages her in meaningful discussions about life, plans with her for the future, and most importantly, cracks jokes to lighten and liven moments together. He displays an awareness of intelligence and sensitivity that makes his actions not only timely but also genuinely charming. So, yes, Rocco, and it's important to crack some jokes
Very
and have your
important.
partner. Yes, yes, yes,
Very, very
lighten the
important.
atmosphere a little bit. Yeah,
Very,
so
very important. I'm
it's not
saying,
like you're
look,
going
listen,
down the
I
road.
always say this. There's a time and place for everything, you know what I mean? You can't always be too serious and you can't always want to be a joke, you know what I'm saying? But especially when you and your partner spending that special moment together, I think it's very important to be honest with you. To know your person, very, very important. And by knowing your person, you know when it's time to basically have fun and stuff like that. You talk about the sexual aspect of things as well too. It's very, very important as well to please your partner because again, if you can't do it, you know what I'm saying? It's man.
Somebody else will do it for you.
Oh, well. There many brothers out there getting a lot of headache. Don't the Panadol and Advil can't even cure the headache as
Okay,
well. Oh boy.
so
They leave so many room already open, you know what I'm saying? So somebody else take up that vacant spot. So it's very important, very, very, very important to basically show your partner that affection. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your partner to always feel wanted, like, man, maybe I'm not beautiful. Because one of the thing, a lot of women always complain about and stuff like that because a lot of brothers they just don't take the time to compliment. They just don't take the time to show that affection to their partner. And what happened? Sometimes the partner start feeling maybe I'm too ugly, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not this, maybe I'm not that. But
mhm.
literally, just maybe it's not you're not good enough. It's just sometimes some guys they're just not so affectionate. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that is very important as well, you know, when we talk about knowing your person, when if you're dating someone, yes, in the beginning of a relationship, a lot of people put on the front, they show all the glamorous stuff, and then somewhere down the line, the changes you start seeing the changes. But you know, um, it's very important as well when you're in a relationship to always have your thinking cap on. And the reason why I'm saying having your thinking cap on, anytime you start to notice these little tiny bitty changes, and stuff like that. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? Something going right here right now. You know what I'm saying? What's really going on? Get to the grassroots of things. What's really going on? Because um you just gotta keep it up. You just don't start something and then you just go cold. You gotta maintain and able to sustain the level where you're started.
And it's also important where you spoke about knowing your partner. Remember, different persons have different love languages. So when you know what your partner's love language is, you can use that love language to suit. So there's where
Some
that
people love languages. Some people just don't speak verbally. Some people show signs. And I think as well, energy is very important because you know what I'm saying. If you're not rocking and stuff like that, you know me, I know you. You know what I'm saying. I ain't gotta say to you, hey babe, you know what's up? It's about time to get it cracking or whatnot. You know what I mean? You should know me. I should able to know you. And sometimes listen out for the word that I haven't spoken. You know what I'm saying? Listen out for the words that people haven't that your partner haven't said.
yes. Yeah.
Silence. And the silence, or when it's a silent, it may not come from your mouth, but you know what? Your body talks.
Sometimes not everybody is verbal. Some persons like, the little the tokens of appreciation, and so that is important again to know your partner, the communication. So you have to communicate, talk to them, find out, let them know what you like, and you find out what they like.
Certainly. Most it's a 50-50, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Okay, so we are rolling on point number 5. A real man takes the first initiative. He leads, and that is because he wears the pants in the relationship. Of course, the pants are picked out by his woman, but he is still the leader. He steps forward and addresses issues in the relationship boldly. He does not wait for the woman to solve problems. If he is not sure how to address an issue, he seeks help or advice. Some men play it safe and avoid taking the lead because they do not want to be criticized, but not a real man. A real man says, I will handle it, and takes the initiative to solve the issue in his way.
Very important, you know. I mean, any man that don't want to step up to the plate, they should not get in a relationship. Period. They should not get in a relationship because it's like this. All right. You and I, we go to the mall, or maybe let's say we go to the gas station or whatnot. It's like maybe yeah, maybe I'm driving or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? We go to fill go for gas and stuff like that. And I'm sitting in the vehicle and sending you, hey, you go pay it. That is just nah. Nah, man. Come on, come on. No. Why if you're not together, yeah, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Why is it a situation? I'm gonna send you to go pay the bill and I'm sitting right there. Bizarre. No. It's like this. As long I'm around, I take the lead. I am responsible for everything that's going on. If I'm not around, well, you know what? I should be able to trust your judgment. You are responsible for you if I'm not around. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of our brothers do bullshit like this sometime, and this is the reason why sometimes they end up with a broken heart.
Sometimes they expect you to come out to go to the cashier because maybe you're going to pay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've seen these things, you know what I mean? I've seen guys literally never want to go to the forefront. The landlord coming for the rent, they're sending the lady, you go talk to her. Talk to the
Yeah,
landlady.
yeah,
And they just
yeah.
stay behind. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't really show a real true character of a man because any woman find herself in such situation, she should be headed for the hill. She should be frightened. And the reason why I say she should be frightened, because in small little matter of such, that man can't take the lead. You could imagine if you're in a real serious situation, and what's gonna happen? He's gonna melt like wax.
Most definitely. All right. So point characteristic. Characteristic number 6. A real man steps up and makes the tough decisions. He knows, and real men are decisive, and he makes decisions in the relationship. He does not leave every other decision to his partner. When making decisions, he seeks to understand her views and that of other concerned parties, and is flexible enough to factor in those other views in his decision. He does not seek to control people, but rather to improve their situation. If you are reluctant to make decisions, you are likely self-conscious and afraid of making mistakes. Women dislike indecisiveness. They dislike cowardly men. So that is something to note, guys. That is something that is very, very important. Women love a confident man.
Procrastinators, man. They're so indecisive. They're never too sure about themselves. You ask them a question, they never know. They just never know. So that's very concerning as well.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Right. So we're going with point number 7. A real man takes responsibility for his action and decision. He does not shift blame, especially to his partner, or even try to defend his mistakes. He simply acknowledges when he has made a mistake, apologizes for it, learns from it, and works to make it right. Saying, "I am sorry," is not a big deal to him. He knows it does not make him any less of a man. To say it, in fact, saying that he is sorry makes him more of a man, because it demonstrates that he has the confidence, courage, and integrity to admit his faults and seek to correct them. And that is so important. Acknowledging that you have
in a relationship, a lot of us, we always want to be right. No one ever want to be wrong. But I think everybody can't always be right. I can't always be right. Anita can't always be wrong. So it's very important as well to take the time as well to, if you screwed up, as well to just be a man about it. You know what I'm saying? Be a man about it, man. Look, I know I've messed up, or I'm willing to make some change and stuff about whatever it is that I've messed up with. If you're gonna always keep putting our head out there and feel like we're always right and stuff like that, well, it's a dangerous situation, because you're never wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Continue. Let me bring in Wise Willy.
Okay, sure. So point number 8. A real man speaks his mind always. He is not afraid or even timid to say what is on his mind. He will say no without fear whenever he doesn't agree with something. He will debate you on topics he is not comfortable without losing his cool. So I like this, how he's going to debate you without losing his cool. He will be straightforward and talk to you as an equal, then allow you to make your own conclusions or even take whatever actions you wish. But this does not mean that he is indifferent or treats women badly. He just does not agree with you on everything. He knows that a yes man is no man at all. and stop letting
Yep.
external forces dictate your time, because
What?
life,
Tell me about it.
yeah, life is time in motion. And if you want to take control of your life, you must plan your time smartly. Yes. So,
We got Wise Willie join us in the studio. Before we move on to the next point, before we go to our break, we're gonna bring in Wise Willie and then take a break and get back to our point. Wise Willie, good evening to you, sir.
How are you doing?
Oh, sir, how you doing? what is
Pretty
the
good.
take
I'm
tonight?
pretty good. I'm enjoying the discussion.
okay, nice
is
to
your
have
take
you, so
tonight?
Wise.
Yes. Yeah. I want to know though, in your views, who set the rules for men these days? They're certainly not being set by men. I think men are
You're
in
absolutely
trouble.
right, Wise Willie.
Men are in trouble. Most men are in trouble because norms are set by wives and mothers. In many instances, and it leaves the men void of certain characteristics. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's my take, just looking at the broad picture.
So in other words, you think that that male figure is there, is being left out when young men, young boys are being brought up, that influence isn't there anymore?
The influence is weak. In some instances, the male influence is missing. And so the man fumbles along, but he doesn't really know what to do. And the woman is really in charge. The average woman now runs things. You know, he is quite content in some instances to bring the bacon home, and she shares it. In some instances, she's earning much more than the man. In other instances, she literally tells him what to do. And so he doesn't have any stature in instances anymore.
So technically, Wise Willie, let me interrupt you. You're saying men really have no say, even in the household again.
Very little say in many instances. Very little say.
Quite interested.
It's you know,
interesting.
very little say. I mean,
right.
I mean, in a lot of instances, for example, what is the norm that governs people? What is the norm? They're not following the Bible, so the Bible is not their norm. I don't know what is the norm book. What is the book that guides men?
He will come up with everything, and she will just follow suit with her real advice here.
You said Wise Willie. I think the radio in the background needs to turn on a little. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Willie. You know, it's like man has really lost the plot today, to be honest with you. Festus is saying a real man should be able to forgive his woman and should be able to listen, and Kelly is saying a real man should be able to listen as well too.
Okay, so Rocco, I have another point of view here. I have another listener here who would like to give her point of view. So just hold 1 second.
You're listening to Art and UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. Our lovely listeners out there in Radio World, if you guys would like to make a comment, you guys can send us a message in WhatsApp, 646-443-6970. That is 646-443-6970 on WhatsApp. All right. Back to you, Lady Hannah.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on.
Yes, I am listening to the discussion, and where Mr. Wise is saying that the mothers have quite a say in the upbringing of the young male, well, a boy child, or, you know. And then he is saying as well that the wife has this control over advising, you know, the husbands, and they take the lead role more or less in advising, and the man just fumbles along. But in a case like that, he doesn't always fumbles along. I think he tumbles along.
You're quite right.
Because what from where I stand and my knowledge and experience with couples, as you all were saying before, if the man, what they say they are man, they don't stand up with that kind of the capacity, you know, where the intelligence and the go, you know, to stand up and move the system between the wife and the husband, or the mother and the son, whatever it is, then you find that the women will have the upper hand because they have the feeling of what they want from a man. And when they're not getting it, no, women of today, they're very vocal, and they will say, well, come on, it has to be like this. So
but you see, you
So
also have to
go on, Willie. Go on.
You also have to look at the fact, you know, that men need role models as well, you know. So in their lives, if they don't have a role model, then they don't have anybody to look up to. And in many instances in modern society, the young fathers have no role models.
But then Mr. Wills, where does the woman get the role model from? She needs a role model as well.
She gets the role model from her mother.
Man.
From her mother.
Our mom. Yeah.
Yes.
Her so mother. Then are you all saying that all these years passed by, women were in control more or less? It wasn't so. You see, women now will speak out, and men must understand that in this modern world, women are they are knowledgeable and they are educated.
And nothing is wrong with that.
No,
nothing
but previously, men were the educated ones because women were at home. But now they are out. They are out, and they have the exposure as much as men do.
Yeah, but some of us
is it safe to say because they are out now, some women feel they're more than man right now?
Well, if you say they are more than man right now, it means that they are giving out that kind.
But some women feel they are.
But are they feeling they are, or are they are?
But you see,
well, I'm not too sure what really they are. I think what happened, some of us men, we are the one who let ourselves down and give women that advantage over us.
And
we have given up. We have given up our responsibility.
Mr. Wills, men are lazy generally in this day and age.
We have a duty in a household.
That's right.
We have abdicated our duty. We have abdicated our right to be king and priests in our household. Now, if the king is missing and the priest is absent, what must the woman do?
There's a big vacancy there.
There's a gap. Yeah, a huge gap.
Women now are multi-skilled.
Yes.
And men still feel that they are to come to work and they will give her some money and she takes care of the household. And then now, you know, she shows so much more capabilities that these men have no other choice but to lay back.
Yeah.
Instead of improving themselves and coming up to par, they just lay back. And
but
then,
you see, if this continues for too many generations, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to have a society with men that are no longer playing their role.
Definitely, you're absolutely right about that.
You know, and then
Well,
what will happen?
you all will have to really come out there and campaign and let your
But
men know
look,
they
not,
ought to come out,
but
else
look,
they will
at the
be
situation right
extinct,
now.
man.
Wise Willie. Some women will go far and say they don't even need a man for sexual gratification and stuff like that. They use toys and this kind of stuff, you know. So it's like for us as men, we basically in the dungeons.
They can go to Amazon and buy sperm these days.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know, so the world has changed, and men have been sidelined.
Yeah, they make themselves like that because I mean you all the tone of the program is to have conversation and talk, and then you will hardly find men who can speak and converse and discuss and have an opinion. Because remember, we women on the other side, we are the ones to express the feelings. And
Yes,
very few men can express.
You know why? Because women have established their own norms and values.
Yeah, absolutely.
And men, the average man does not have any norm or value.
This is what I'm saying. They are not coming up to par. They're not
No,
educating themselves.
You're quite right.
Yeah, they're not trying to say, well, oh gosh, my wife can overtalk me. She always have something to add and she must say the last thing. And she says so and it's so. Because the men don't know how to drive the point home. And they don't have any point to drive home. You know, if they have a point, it's not like, you know,
This is quite controversial, isn't it? I know a lot of brothers out there probably not so happy at all at the moment hearing this.
But you know, those men who can come out. I know of men who can, in fact, they pave the way in their family for the girls, for the boys, for the wives. So, you know, they can handle their stuff. But they are now.
You still have some good men.
Yeah, they are now in the minority.
Yes, absolutely. And that is sad. And if you want to prove it, you don't have to do any research. Just go to church. And see how many women are in church.
There are more women in the church than anything else.
Yes, there are many women in the church.
But listen, Willie, and the reason why I say society have a pivotal role to play in the upbringing of men as well, because we talk about you're talking about you know, men. Where's the men today? Okay, maybe perhaps the modern men, but probably 2-3 generations ago and stuff like that, it was absolutely different. All right. Take a community to raise that boy, you know, and that boy grew up with so much integrity. That boy grew up with so much responsibility. So when he meets at a certain age, you know to himself, all right, this is my responsibility. This is what I need to do, and this is what I'm not supposed to do. Today, it's a totally different thing, you know.
But the communities have fallen apart, you know.
Yes.
Because of the absence of men.
Yeah.
Most of the men is either in prison. If they're not in prison, they're dead.
Yeah.
Or if they're not dead, they decide to desert their kids and move on with their life and go on elsewhere and forget the kids completely. And these are some of the impact. You know what? A lot of these young men that we see today in prison are not taking major role in family life and stuff like that. We are the one, as parents, we are the one who are responsible for that. We are the one who actually cause it.
And the only way we're going to change this in any shape or form, I believe, is to go back to the stage where we teach. I don't know exactly how we're going to do it, but we have to teach some level of roles and responsibilities within the society.
But but Mr. Wills and Rocco and Lady Anna, I was talking to a little chap the other day, a couple days ago, and I was having a real conversation with him. And you know, I asked him a question because I was saying to him that I know his daddy so well.
Yes.
And I said, you know, from what I know of your dad,
Mm.
he is a guy very well spoken,
Mm.
and he is very charismatic.
Mm.
And he can turn a situation around, be it man, woman, or child. He has something with. So I said, but whom do you think that you know, kind of take your pattern from and emulate
Mm.
in your family, be it an uncle, a brother, you know, mommy, daddy, whatever. So, you know, this little chap, he took a few seconds, and then he said, well, you know, I think I take by my dad. I said, true? He said, yes. I said, what about your brother? He said he too, he feels the brother is like the dad. So I said, but what makes you feel you like your dad? What in you? Because I know him very well. He say, you see, the dad has lots of conversations with the boys, the two of them. And, you know, he tries to put into them good values, and they see
Yes.
how he does certain things. They notice how he talks to different people, his disposition on the whole, and they know the other side of him as well. So they know like the good and the bad and the indifferent and whatever. So I said, but I think you and your brother different because I know them very well, you know. He said, well, you see, he is more quieter type child, but he does things like his dad. I said, but then your brother, I don't think he does that as well. He said no, but he has everything that dad has, just that the brother is a little aggressive. I
The
say, oh, I
personality
see.
difference.
Yes.
Yeah,
I say, okay,
it's a personality difference, isn't it?
I know what you're trying to say. Okay. I say, I know your dad can be aggressive as well, you know. So he took that side, right? And you took the quieter side. Okay. So then it still has people out there who trying, you know, to keep the boys and the masculine effect there. Whereas some people really don't care, because if a child will say that about his dad, it says quite a bit,
Yes.
It says
Yes.
quite a bit that the parent is at least trying. And
But how many youngsters can honestly stand up and say that?
yes, my dad, yes.
You know, that is where the society has fallen
Not too
down.
many at all.
No, you know,
Yes,
we
society has fallen apart.
it has fallen apart.
Definitely, society basically responsible for a lot of stuff that's going on today. Because one of the things before we get go and take a break, one of the things we got to understand: society basically shape men. In what way society shape men? As a man, you should be macho, really macho. You should never cry. Real men don't cry. Men just lick the wounds and just pick up the pieces and keep moving. All right, let's look for example, Sir Will, and our guest here. One of the things, let's look at women and let's look at men. All right, there's so much support system out there for men. Sorry, for women. When it comes to the man, very much zero. And the reason why I'm saying that, women always intend to support each other a lot more. Myself and Willie, we're a man. All right, something affecting Willie. Willie may think twice to come and talk to me about the situation, and you know, and he's hurting really bad. But when it comes to the woman open up, she share what's going on in her life, and you know, they support each other. Whether she's wrong, you better believe it, another woman gonna come and give her full support. But for us as men, why? We're under the bridge.
No, we can't afford to come out and say that we have been attacked by the wife.
Yeah, listen to me, Willie. Your lady beat you up. You're not gonna tell your friend, man, my wife beat me up, my girlfriend beat me up. Guys will make mockery out of you.
Well, you see,
you go to the police and say my wife hit me. You know what the police officer gonna do? They're gonna make fun out of you. A woman beat you up.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yes.
you see, this is why I like this program. And you know, you say men don't they don't come out and say exactly what is happening to them. And
Don't.
Yes,
I
yes.
really like that you all continue the programming like this, so that, you know, men might hear outside there and decide to come out and talk, bring
That is
people
why
in to talk
Some men
about
do.
it. And
that is
yes,
why I decided to step into the program, because I
yes, you
wanted to
find
give
men was
another
getting
point of
licks.
view. It
Yeah,
was it was too Victorian.
yeah.
Well,
No,
again,
but
as I said, as you say, all these articles, it's always a woman putting them together.
Yeah.
You don't really
yes,
see that.
and then you know what, I don't agree that men shouldn't cry. I believe they have feelings, and some of them are, you know, they're quite sentimental too. So that
Yes.
if
Oh,
they
yes.
wish to cry, well, cry. So
Mm.
you see, you all holding back yourself. You
Yeah.
damn well want to cry, but no, don't cry because you're going to be lesser and weaker. No. If you want to
Yes.
cry about it and say, look, X, Y, and Z, but this is how it should, because women just cry their way out because they're so emotional and pent up, and,
But you
you
see,
know, cry,
you
man,
see,
if you want to cry, and say, well, X, Y, Z. But when you keep that down inside, you're going to hate that woman next to you more, you know, because you're
This is
making
the
you
reason why
cry.
when a lot of men don't talk about the situation. So when they just
but you
can't
see,
deal with the situation,
my
they no longer can
concern,
deal with the situation, they
my
just
concern
burst.
is, my concern is that men don't have anything to fall back on. In other
How you
words,
mean, Wells? They have the strength, man, and they say, I'm a man. So fall
no,
back on
but
your
but
manhood.
that is not enough. I need to be able to see what my father used to do or what my grandfather used to do. If all of that is missing, it leaves me with a gap. If you talk to a lady, she can tell you
Very
that,
true.
oh,
Very
my
true.
mother used to do this and my grandmother did it that way. Most of us men cannot share that kind of experience with our men
Right?
folk.
But
It's true.
Wells, if you are of this age, right? We live in this age. This kind of sentiments that you're expressing is more of something of the years gone by, that my dad used to do it this way, my mom does it this way, because
Yeah.
you got to stand up now. You see, this is where you men really need women to prop you. You've got to stand up and say, look, my dad used to do it that way, and I am not going to be like that, because I hurt women when I do that, or I belittle myself, or I look stupid, plain
Yes,
stupid.
but then,
So
but
then,
then,
oh
but then,
man,
but
come
then,
on,
what is the
man.
norm? What is the norm that I'm going to use? What is the norm that I'm going to use?
Well, you just have to tell yourself, okay, I know that I am the man in this relationship and I have a woman at my side. Now let's forget for a while that who is the man and who is the woman. We are two people together, right? But we're going to make sure it's a man and a woman, not two men or two women. A man and a woman. Okay, I am not going to say, well, I am the man and I am head of the household
No,
and you're going to listen what I say. No, as
that can't
heart
work.
to heart says, you choose the time
Mm.
to talk. And when you sit and talk, then you know, if you feel you are the weaker one mentally, then your faculty is not as much as this woman, because you know, when it comes to talk, oh, we talk. So you say,
That's
you
what they say. It
listen,
takes the tangle in it. It's a 50-50.
you listen. If you feel, well, you know, I feel she got more knowledge than me here, you know, or what she is saying or expressing seem to be the right thing. Okay, well, you go pep yourself up now Look it up, man. You have Google, you have all kind of thing to look at and get your facts and come back. And then you're taking it very nicely. You know, you choose the time to talk again. And eventually she must realize, well, that probably he was just quiet and letting me have my way, you know. But the man knows what is this thing all about. So better I listen
One of the
and
things
I
that
will
I've seen over
follow.
the years
But
with,
you
with
know,
women like
no,
women
men
would
don't
like
pep up, man. They
women
don't
love
pep up.
guys that are not over too aggressive and either not too quiet, because some men who literally don't have a voice, women look at them as a weakling. But you know, before we go and take a break, Willie, one Greek woman said a man is the head and a woman is the neck. So whatever the so you know what? The head is on top, yeah. But if
A
the neck
man
don't
needs to
move,
know his role, and
Yes.
you acquire the role. If you don't acquire the role, it's going to be difficult to fit in the household.
and because for us, some of us men, we are the one who allow ourselves to fall to the rocks like that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
we are the one who literally let ourselves down. But you know what?
Nobody
Let's
going
take
to send you
break.
there. You send yourself down.
Yes.
And
yes.
then you see the children now will start to lean on the side of the mother. And
That's
then that
right.
will give the father another kind of anger inside.
Mhm.
Instead of him coming up and stepping up to the plate and looking at where his weakness is,
Mhm.
no,
Mhm.
anger overtakes. Oh, they listen to the mother only. And the mother has the influence and another
You know,
kind of row
You know, the
starts up.
long and short of it, men need to go back to church.
Yes, yes. Yes, men need to go back to church. They use every excuse to stay
Let's
at
ring
home.
them church bell, man. Let's go take a break, guys. Let's go take a,
Men need to go back to church.
Yes, yes, yes.
let's go take a
Yes.
break.
Oh, yes, it was nice.
All right. Hold on, guys. You guys can definitely still send us your message on 646-970. And this time I want to pick all our listeners all across the globe, from Africa to Europe, Central, South, and North America.
Hey, Joe, don't call me boy. You know, sing your little lady and rock up and see radio. See ya? Leave me alone and turn up the radio.
Where are the men? Where are the men?
I can't explain the way you make
You guys can check out our website, www.unitedvisionconnect.radio.
you did it so many times. Just when I thought that love could never be a part of me, that's when you came along. You showed me happiness, baby. You are the best. I think you're different from the rest. And
The topic tonight on Heart to Heart is the characteristics of a real man and a real woman. I know we still have a lot of good brothers out there, but some of us, we just don't do it, man. Let's be real with ourselves, you know what I'm saying?
I'm going to leave you guys here.
No problem with it.
Hey?
Text a couple, text.
Okay, wise.
Yeah, we're still recording.
I'm going to leave you guys. I don't want to do it. I just want to put that.
Hey, Joe, don't call me boy. You know, sing your little lady and rock up and see radio. See ya? Leave me alone and turn up the radio.
Tell me it's real from KSI and Dojo.
to make this special love last forever. It's real. I'll be there for you, baby. You be there for me. It's real.
indeed. Welcome back. Welcome back to Heart to Heart and UBC Radio. I'm King Rocco HD, and I'm beautiful lady and in the studio with me.
Yes, listeners, so I am back here with you. We've got an entire entourage on this end, and you have been hearing from some of them. So they have left us now, and King Rocco, it's just you and I, boy. Everybody bail out after that.
Well,
after that discussion.
we always hear, all right? Yeah, but definitely thanks to Wise Willy, and thanks to Eileen, our special guest down there in Trinidad and Tobago. So once again, I want to say good evening and happy independence to all Trinidadians once again. So yeah, let's continue.
Okay, so after that healthy discussion about the characteristics of a real man, we are going to look at the characteristics of a woman. And so we have decided at this point to flip the script and discuss some of the many great attributes possessed by strong and healthy women. And part of being a great man is recognizing the value in a great woman, whether dating or married. Your personal life can be greatly improved by looking for and appreciating these qualities. So we're going to delve into some of the qualities now. And these are a solid 10 qualities of a real woman. Okay, so the first one, a real woman is confident. She is happy with herself and her own abilities. She appreciates who she is as an individual, embraces her femininity, and is proud to be a woman. Okay, so point number 2, characteristic number 2, a real woman is honest and upfront. She recognizes the destructiveness behind undisclosed expectations. She is straightforward and respectful about setting boundaries and the tempo of her relationships early on. So we're going to look at characteristic number 3. A real woman has a healthy handle on her emotions. She knows it's okay to feel down, bummed out, or even really messed up. That, and sometimes this happens that 1 week out of the month, but more importantly, she knows how to weather the storm correctly. If there are any shortfalls on the emotional front, she recognizes them and adjusts accordingly. And a lot of this you guys touched on in the discussion, before. Characteristic number 4. A real woman is strong and independent. She is determined, driven, and able to accomplish great things. Her ability to be so strong is derived from her own knowledge, intuition, and ambition. Characteristic number 5. A real woman has a patience for herself and those around her. She knows how to play it cool in the face of adversity. She is able to tap into the proper resources to conquer any problem instead of just giving up. Characteristic number 6. A real woman shares the right amount of drama. She has the right amount of drama to share with her guy, positive and negative. And a great man will always be there for her to listen and understand. But anything above and beyond a certain threshold, she knows to dish with her girlfriends and not with him. Characteristic number 7.
Interesting. That's quite interesting.
Yeah. So number 7, a real woman has a defined purpose, whether personally or professionally. She has great goals and desires. She knows that with the right amount of inspiration and motivation, anything is possible, and is willing to do what it takes to make her dreams a reality. Characteristic number 8, a real woman is secure. And I like this one, Rocco. A real woman is secure. She is comfortable in her own skin. Jealousy, doubt, and fear go out the window because she is confident in herself and
That's very
her
true.
choice in a partner, as well as her partner's choice in her. And that is so important, ladies, to be secure.
Very true.
Hey.
Very, very true. You ever seen a situation with some guys? We talk about real woman, a confident woman. Some brothers, they're afraid to talk to some some ladies because they feel this woman is so confident. They feel so intimidated.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely. That happens. So, point number 9, a real woman is there. She represents a strong link in the chain that hold those close to her together. She embraces the many roles she plays and is actively present as a mother, wife, girlfriend, and a friend when she is needed the most. She is there. And the last point to rounds it off here, point number 10, a real woman values a real man. She appreciates and respects the value and worth of the men in her life. She knows that part of being a great woman is recognizing and embracing the qualities of a great man. She does not need a man in her life to be happy, but if she has one, she stands by him. She believes in his purpose and who he is, which makes going in the same direction with him that much easier. And a great routine to get into is an honest evaluation. What you want out of a partner, and if you are also a good match with what you are looking for. And you know, this list is a great starting point to look for. And I like that point to wrap up with, Rocco, that to make sure that what you are looking for, you are good material as well, that what a real man is looking for as well. So it is not only a one-way street, it goes both ways. So that was quite a mouthful. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So true. Wow. What a discussion tonight. Oh my God. It's truly amazing.
Yes, it is. And it is nice when we have, you know, as the guests came in and they can give us their perspective of the story from years gone by to share their experiences with us. So again, we want to thank Sir Wise Willy for joining in into the conversation as
Yeah, and
well
Eileen, you know, the
as,
different
yeah.
angle is always important.
Oh, definitely, yes. Yes, seeing it and hearing it through the eyes of others, most definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, wow. But you know what? And it's about that time right now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Our time goes by rather quickly. Well, we hope, you know, tonight, our brothers and our sisters, our men out there, our real men and our real women out there, they definitely grasp something from what we present this evening to them.
Sure, right. Because it was quite a mouthful, quite a discussion.
Absolutely. And for those of you who missed this program, you guys can definitely check this program out on YouTube. This program is going to definitely be on our YouTube channel. All you got to go to UVC Radio 1, and I tell you people, it will not cost you $1 to subscribe. So go to UVC Radio 1 and hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to all. So anytime we upload any new video, any new content to YouTube, you're going to be one of the first person to get that notification.
Hey, so listeners, as we bid you farewell tonight, make sure and tune in on Sunday morning, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. for Sunrise Praise. So looking forward to worshiping with you on Sunday morning.
Exactly, and you guys can stay tuned tomorrow for the Fire Zone, and stay tuned for yours truly rather, from 8 p.m. with Friday Night Vibes.
Okay, so take care, everyone. Have a good evening, a good afternoon, a good day. Until next week, we will have Throwback Thursdays, and then following week, Heart to Heart.
Absolutely. So you know what, people? So long. I'm King Rocco HD.
And I am Lady Anna.
We're out now. Peace. Hold on. Good afternoon. You know what, people? Let me. This is our team song. We normally play Arta, but I'm gonna play this song for all the virtuous ladies out there, all my real men and all my real ladies out there. You know what I'm saying? Let me play this song for y'all right now. All my real men and all my real ladies out there.
Thank you.
Woman is a glory to her man. She'll never take the power, she'll just make him a better man. Every great man has a virtuous woman. Woman, you say you love me, you never leave me lonely, not worry. Woman, to keep I strong, which is part of your plan. I'll leave my mom and dad, find a woman and be one. With a woman I make my bond, perfect combination. I am a black man, some love me black woman. Woman, I give me this sweet, sweet love. Oh, oh, any time of day, yeah, lots of kisses and hugs. Oh, I burn out all gay, yeah. No real man can live without a woman. That night today says a woman.
You're listening to UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
A good woman is a glory to her man. She'll never take the power, she'll just make him a better man. Every great man has a virtuous woman. Woman I love and honor. The father had the light career, you'll impress Omega. The mother Rastafari's culture revises to the king and his empress Menin, who showed us the right and the true way of living. Woman could never cause sin, so listen as I sing. But the woman on the earth, my joy bell ring, ring, ring. Equality in Zion, by nature's law, that's the way it should go. For every man I know there is a woman. You meet the valley, that's all I know. Oh, yeah. Shuba, 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 shuba day. Shuba, 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 shuba day. Shuba, 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 shuba day. Shuba, shuba day. Shuba, shuba, shuba day. Well, I say the family unit is fundamental and important, you know. A real man can't live without a woman, you know. A birth is one to ride, this one to purify the woman that I want, you know. I go, so much so, you know. Now, the real man can live without a woman. Like night to day, says a woman to her man. She's essential to his purpose and his mission. A good woman is a glory to her man.